think I still am the only Asian female bounty hunter, but I also was one of the very few that was actively bounty hunting, actively working. A lot of the females in the industry, they get into the bail industry for one reason or not, but most oftentimes it's because their spouse or boyfriend either are in the bail business or own a bail business or whatnot, so they're involved that way. But I think I'm one of the rare ones that actually was like, okay, I want to do this, so let's figure out how to make this happen. And, I just kind of dove right into it and just immersed myself in it. But these guys called me up and said, hey, Richard Rice article, would love to shadow you around for a couple of days to see what it's like to be a bounty hunter. And I said, sure. And then we made an appointment, a time and date set, and they came in from California. And they followed me around for like 3-4 days, and they put a clip out. And they put with all the material that they did film with me, they were able to put out a short video on YouTube.
And what do I do? What do I search to get that?
To search it, you just go on YouTube, you type in my name. My name is Wyn. It's spelled U-Y-E-N. Last name Vu, V like Victor, U like uniform. Put bounty hunter. And they usually pop up. And they were, at the time, independent producers for Mode Media, M-O-D-E, Mode Media.
And so, did you find anybody while they were there?
We didn't find anybody that day that they followed me around, or those few days. But the gentleman that I was looking for, the case I was working on, it was funny because they told me, hey, if you end up finding this guy, let us know. And sure enough, I think about a week later, I was able to find the guy and apprehend him and remand him back into the detention center.
Nice.
So I never watched Dog Bounty Hunter. I think I may have seen 2 episodes 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Are you putting cuffs on people and dragging them in?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Let me tell you, as a bounty hunter, when I started out, I started doing some ride-along with some people. But once I was fully licensed for myself, I ended up going off on my own and going to go get work myself and getting clients myself. And so most of the time, it would be just me. From beginning to end, I would get a case file, I would work the file, I would do my research, I would do my surveillance, I would be the one knocking on the door, doing the apprehension, the arrest, and the surrender at the detention facility. I would say 90% of my cases were closed by myself.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. Whenever I needed backup, I did have people that I could call for backup. At one point, I had a partner. We taught the bail enforcement training program together at the College of Southern Nevada, and that was the training class that was required and mandated by the state of Nevada. If you wanted to be licensed, you had to go through that 80-hour training course. And he was the main instructor, I was the assistant instructor. He did all the lectures and everything, and I was in charge of the handcuffing certification, the hand-to-hand combat certification, the firearm safety certification, which, ironically, it's funny because when we used to introduce ourselves to the classes every time we had a new group go through. Everyone always stereotypically assumed that my partner was the instructor doing the physical stuff and I was doing the lecture. And we got them every time, because my partner back then, he looks like that wrestler, Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Uh-huh.
He kind of looked like him, and bald head and, goatee, mustache, the whole deal. So everyone always assumed he was the one doing the cool stuff, but it was always me. So I always got a kick out of that.
That's awesome.
Wyn, I just looked it up on my iPad while we're videotaping this, and I got you
yes.
beating the heck out of some skinny white dude in the putting the gun together. This video is awesome. So what it came up was I'm a bounty hunter, mylifeglam.com. But it has Mode in the bottom corner.
Mode Media changed to Glam, I think. I think they did at one point changed over and they became Glam Media.
Okay.
This is awesome. This is so cool. Everybody, all the comments are just like, that's a bad woman right there. You are awesome, girl. This is so awesome.
So they have,
my experience as a bounty hunter took me all over the country. I flew all over the country to do apprehensions and arrests, and I would fly back with them on the plane drive back with them. And everyone always asks me, like, aren't you scared? I go, if I approached this being scared all the time, I wouldn't be able to do my job. So I didn't think of it as a scary thing, but now looking back that I'm older, I was like, wow, it took a lot of gumption and a lot of oomph to go out there and do that. But it wasn't, I looked at it like it was fun, it was challenging, and every time I was able to close a case, it was such a satisfactory feeling and a sense of accomplishment, especially doing it by myself, that I just kept at it, you know. Um, I've taught, and the difference between me, what separates me from a lot of other bounty hunters out there, I think, is number one, I'm a female. So most of the time when I'm knocking on your door, you don't think I'm the one that's coming for you. And I use it to my advantage. I tell them, hey, sometimes I tell them, hey, I'm the girl from the office. They're sending me down here to refill some new paperwork. I just need you to refill it. Or oftentimes I think really is my ability to be able to speak to people and put them at ease, I think is what made my success rate so high. I've talked people into hopping on a plane by themselves without me being there. I told them, if I send you a plane ticket and I pay for it and I don't need you to pay me back for it, would you be willing to get on that plane and come back here and let's fix this and make it over your shoulder, or wondering, who's parked down the street, and knowing that you have this warrant hanging over your head.
Right.
And I was able to do that successfully, to get them to come back, and I said, I'll treat you with respect if you treat me with respect. That's just how it goes.
Nice. So you said you flew all over the country. Did all of them start out where they were in Vegas and they just left and you had to track them down, or?
No, some of them started in Vegas. Some of them lived elsewhere, came to Vegas, party too hard or whatever. You know that old slogan, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
Yeah.
Well, I use that line on people when I found them. I go, see, what happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas. See, you did something, and now you got to come back and make it right.
Right.
I had people from all over. I remember there was one guy I had to go find. He was actually one of the script writers for The Sopranos.
Oh.
And I found him in a rehab center.